the Miata, the bike, mountain bike. Bought a house and I got a garage. So, you know what that means. Boom. So, yeah, you can see that I got this in 22, which was, man, almost 3 years ago. I got some Forged Eagle rods, Stage 2 clutch, Happy Meal kit, ATI super damper. In this video right here, you can see I put the MS3 Pro in. That's been running, and that's been running great. The car runs amazing with it. I love it. Also, can't forget, I got a big old Mishimoto radiator. Okay, so first problem. How do you jack a car up and not have a lift and have it up high enough that you can get underneath it? This is gonna be so sketchy. You get 4 of these bad boys. Retrap. Yeah. Let's take that front bumper off. Yo, you looking at my butt, dude? Stop. Stop looking at my butt. Yo, your mom called. She wants to get drilled. Whew. Heavy. Fuck, dude. Scratched it. Huh. Wow. Who would have thought? Dude! Now we're up high enough, I can fart around. Look, there's enough room under here. I can, like, you know, do stuff. Fucking hell yeah, dude. I gotta drain the fluids, figure out how to take that thing out. Gotta unhook that battery though. Thought I was gonna say it that time. But I'll let you look at it. You know what that means? I lost my radio presets. What the hell is that for, dude? Yeah, sir. That might not ever be going back on, bro. The other thing that I want to do is I want to pull the steering rack out and I want to do a manual depower. So you like pull all this shit off, grind some stuff off, and then put it back together, put it back in, show your tits. Huh. Alright. Yeah. So, what really prompted me to do this is
filming a wild-born and free-living orangutan mastering a complex task is remarkable.
sweet, dude. I heard that when you're anyone out there with a old radiator, if you see these little spots starting to form, it means your shit's getting ready to fail. You know what I mean? Getting ready to break. Stay safe out there, Miata boys. Broke that shit. Okay, so what I've been mulling over here is I want to get rid of the power steering. We're going to do the manual rack, mod to that, so we won't need that anymore. But I have to get the AC compressor off the block and pulled over to the side. That way I don't have to crack open the air conditioning system, and we can get this pulled out of here. Oh yeah, baby. Looks like there's a couple bolts holding that to the block there, so I'm gonna release it, wrap it with a bungee cord, and then hang it over here, and that should get it dropped in out of the way. Know what I'm saying? 4 bolts. Freaking cool, dude. Everybody thinks I'm so good at this. I'm not. Boom. Stole those from the kitchen. I'm probably going to regret that later when I'm making a cheese sandwich for work. What you do is, here, this is probably one of the most important things you can do when you're doing something like this. Putting it in that. Do you hear a dog? Okay, so now that everything's labeled and put in bags, I'm about halfway through. I still have to undo the fuel lines, and I also have to take the transmission plugs out, take the PPF out, undo the drive shaft, and other stuff. Other things that I don't know right now in my head, because I'm honestly winging it. Someone had a great idea of taking the coil pack off and doing that and getting it out of the way so that it can slide back in. We're gonna do that right freaking now, brother. I'm gonna try removing this intake support here, intake manifold support. There's a bolt down low and those 2 up there. And see if I can get my arm back there better. You know, if that was clear, I could get my hand back there. And I got a pretty clear shot towards the back where the starter and the oil pressure plugs are. I'll take those out. Okay, so easily the hardest part about this whole thing so far, it's actually getting that starter unhooked up there. Taking this support bracket out, huge move. Do it. Now I have to release the loom support there or whatever. It's like something holding the loom down because it's got no play and I can't even pull the fucking feeder off of the starter, so I gotta go under. So there's a good clear view of the nut sack. So, okay. All right. That bolt's hard to get to. I actually used one of these, and then it actually turns out, I think this is one of the transmission bell housing bolts that hold that bracket on, if you know what I mean. But now I can move this whole loom, get that off. No, I have not forgotten about the heater core. I want to do the underneath stuff because if that leaks coolant everywhere, it's gonna be coolant all underneath the car, and I'd rather not be laying in that, you know what I mean? So there's the PPF. We gotta take these looms off of the transmission, remove the slave cylinder right there, and then we also have to take the exhaust out. Yeah, so much fun. I love doing my own work. It's so fun. You can see I did it. They're all tight and they're all unplugged. Okay.
While I was doing that, I put penetrant oil on the exhaust flange. That's pretty greased up already.
I was able to get a breaker bar in there, like straight in there to get that bolt loose. See that? Dropped her down.
Long, 2 longs and a short, and a wobbly bit on the end. And you can go right up through here. Right. And tackle that top one right there. Right. So I got a shorty extension with a 14 long on a wrench. I'm gonna try to fucking muscle that off with this short ass handle. Yeah. Oh, there you go, son of a.
With those loose, should be able to do something like that. I gotta pull the freaking EGR off. Forgot about that. I think I got it. Boom. Holy shit. Yes. Now with that done, we can focus on taking the PPF, the drive shaft, and now that we got the PPF loose, I left the, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bolts. Pulled the front 3 off and then pulled the, I got loose the very farthest bolt. Look, just freaking show you. I pulled the 3 that are up there, and then I pulled the 2 and left the 1 in the rear end a little bit. The whole assembly, like drive shaft, engine, transmission, PPF, it's all sagging. So we're gonna clean up all our tools and you know what I mean? So we don't lose anything. We're gonna put it all back. We're gonna do a little cleanup, reorganize, and then we're gonna pull the shifter boot out. Shifter knob, boot, all that shit. So that once I pull the PPF, the engine and transmission is gonna go, or it's not gonna tear anything. Look at that. So, now we got the, now that I pulled the shifter boot apart, you know what I mean? We're gonna drain this bitch. Okay, ready? Let's go. Nice. I mean, if you're this far into the video and you're looking at it as a how-to, obviously, there's 4 bolts holding the ass end of the drive shaft. This comes out of the input shaft from the back of the transmission. I don't know if that's what it's called, but it's a machine surface because there's a seal. Make sure you cover that up, so if it doesn't get fucked up, make sure it don't get fucked up. Now we're gonna pull that PPF out. Yep. All right, so I pulled all those clips out with the back off the PPF, right? Pulled the bolts. See that? Let's see what happens now. Dude, she about ready to freaking come out. I just gotta pull the engine mount bolts. Get me a little crane. Womp. Oh, look. I think I need to disconnect the throttle. Don't forget about that. Also, don't forget about your heater hoses. I'm gonna disconnect that now. So after a few weeks, I have collected an engine stand and a engine hoist with the appropriate hardware because I realized that I didn't have any of that stuff. It's Christmas. Check out the shirt. Gotcha. So the only thing that I have left to disconnect is the fuel line.
It ain't nothing.
Here's the fuel lines, right? Use these special little quick, whatever these are, to disconnect that. I think you can do it without these tools. You just like stick stuff in there and it pretty much spreads that apart. That's the right size. Wish me luck. Nothing weird happens. You put it on there and you just boom, separates it. Lift up. Oh shit. There we go. That was easy. What I want to do is I just want to use this on one of these chains, so I'm gonna take this apart. All right, so the engine mount nuts are out. Now I just gotta get her lifted out and see what happens. Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing. What's going on? The rubber line that goes to the slave cylinder, I forgot to undo that. Holy cow, dude. Whoa. I freaking did it. I did it, dude. If I can do it, anyone can do it. There it is. I can't believe I did that. I'll be honest, I didn't like look anything up. I've been fucking around with cars for a while, so I had an idea, but this was really easy. And I'll be honest, if you have all the tools, a friend, you could easily take this out in an hour. Look how much room. People in the comments are gonna be like, throw a V8 in there. Meh. Okie dokie. Right now, focusing on taking all the bottom bolts off. Leave these top two, drop it down, take the top two off, slide this off. I don't know, man. Okay. Oh, I got her, babe. Okay. Like I said, if I can do it, you can do it. Oh yeah. There you go. So what kind of sucks is that these transmission bolts that come off of this aren't really long enough. So there are long bolts that do come off of parts of the transmission. I think they're on the sides here. What I ended up doing was putting the long bolts that get a good amount of thread on the top. Oh yeah, and the bolt size, if you want to order some, I'm going to order some longer ones, 2 longer ones for the bottom. These are like just grabbing like 2 or 3 threads maybe. As long as I don't flip this upside down, I think I'll be okay, because it's carrying a lot of the tension and weight up here. I'm gonna just temporarily put those in there so it doesn't move, get some new ones, swap them out. But in the meantime, I will be taking a bunch of weight off, because we're gonna pull this off, the head off, and we're gonna do all that good stuff. But to get this on here, she's free, right? She ain't going nowhere, bro. I didn't film it, but I did take this off. This is the pulley, trigger wheel, all that good stuff, and the pulley bolt. We're putting an ATI super damper on there, so I just wanted to get it off because those can be really tight. I use the impact gun. All right, I'm gonna clean up. That's the end of the video. I don't know how long this one's gonna be, but we're gonna film more. I'm gonna end this video here. we're gonna do a full breakdown, regasket. I'm gonna look at the cylinders. For the next video, we're gonna do mostly engine stuff. So we get everything put in, put on, and then we'll put it back in the car, do a little tune action. I'll probably hit up Mike Drexel and go from there. I'm gonna clean up. Thanks for watching. I love you guys. And always, and like I always say, pimps don't cry.
Stars look a little different with you. You made me let down my guard. Told me things made me feel brand new. So here's a start. Hello, baby in the yellow. Ooh, feel the hole inside my legs like jello. I'll take you from this hellhole. Ooh, keep me in the dark too. They caught us running. They say surely up to something. Yeah, we rot our brains. Give you all my loving. Would you like that, babe? Yeah, it feels like something. Do you feel the same? You made me nervous, changed my shirt. I felt like I was paralyzed. We have no service in the dirt. Through the key that locked her eyes. I'm still learning how to flirt. Time flew by and I realized. Kiss so much now I think they're burned. I'm so high and afraid of heights. They caught us running. They say surely up to something. Yeah, we rot our brains. Give you all my loving. Would you like that, babe? Yeah, it feels like something. Do you feel the same?